Hello and welcome to some more Starters and News. This time for the week ending the 26th of June, we are going to be looking at the headlines of what's been happening in the week and then a deeper look at the shows and happenings from, again, the week. The word week there used so many times. Dragonfly and the Caterpillar saleys thing. So the Dragonfly is on concept sale until the 27th and the ever lengthening Caterpillar is also on sale too. So the Dragonfly is space motorbike and it's on concept sale. There are loads of FAQs answered about the Dragonfly and shameless signposting and plugging to my own videos. But if you want to know more about the Dragonfly sale, the FAQs about the Dragonfly, what the Dragonfly actually does, that super sexy space motorbike, and the Caterpillar too, then check out some of my videos. I'll put links everywhere because, you know, I'm a links whore. But if you want to grab yourself a space motorbike in black or limited edition yellow, now is the time. It's going to be used in space and on the ground as a hover bike. It's the perfect light swarm vehicle to put in your pocket carrier, but pretty much every pilot's going to really want one of these at some point in their career. It's got so much utility. Fortunately, you don't have to purchase one now. You can get them in the verse when the game goes live. So if you don't want to purchase one because you're like, that's $35, then wait until the game's released and grab them there. 2.5 teasers. So we've been teased with a lot of possible 2.5 content. First, we're going to get patch 2.4.1. I would expect incredibly soon. This is going to be fixing some of the networking, crash issues, FPS stuff that we currently have in 2.4, as 2.4 did or was plagued by some quite horrible issues, which is annoying for gameplay. But in 2.5, there are some awesome rumours going around, some of which have a lot of merit, and they've talked about the pirate or outlaw base Grimhex, which will not be a copy of Port Olisar, but will have some similar function to Port Olisar, appearing in 2.5. This is going to be adding new clothing. It's going to be splitting where items are across the universe as well. So some stuff will be in Port Olisar, so ballistic weapons, for example, but up in Grimhex, you'll be able to get your energy FPS weapons. Also different clothing. I would expect to possibly see Dumpers Depot, so we'll possibly be able to buy with our Alpha UEC, weapon components, ship components, that sort of stuff. And not too far after that, I would expect to be able to buy ships. That feels to me like the way they're going. So, 2.5. Lots of people have said Star Marine, because Chris Roberts and some of the studios have implied that Star Marine isn't dead and it's a game mode that we'll be getting at some point. So I expect we'll get quite a lot of FPS stuff for 2.5. Not Star Marine, but it's certainly a possibility. I do feel that Star Marine is actually pretty damn soon. So Korea is going to be awesome. They're going to do lots of cool bits to Korea. Lots of devs have been appearing in streams talking about that. And there's going to be more clothing, more items. Probably a flyable Reliant, maybe a flyable Dragonfly, hanger-ready Caterpillar or Herald as well. I would not be surprised by. So the 2.5 patch won't be as big as 2.4 because there's lots and lots of stuff that 2.4 did, but it might feel bigger because it's building on all the stuff that we have for 2.4, so we're going to get a lot more items to purchase. That was the worst English I've ever used. We're going to get a lot more items to be able to be purchased. That was still pretty bad. But it's not going to be as big a patch as 2.4, but we're going to get loads of FPS stuff, I'd expect. I'm hoping for gadgets, weapons, grenades, multiplayer missions where you need ships and people on the ground. That's the sort of stuff that I think they'd be looking at. Anyway, enough of this crazy hype train. This is supposed to be the news. Let's talk about what's been happening in the weekly review with the CIG shows that they've been doing this week and compress them down into some sort of news diamond. In Turn for the Chairman, episode 85. Unsurprisingly, there were some questions answered. In regards to Drake ejection seats and technology. So Drake ships are old technology with low human rights, no ejection seat craft. Think rugged, kind of Russian technology, stuff that works, it works well, but it's not going to have the bells and whistles that you're after. In regards to security systems, they're going to be partly implemented with Item System 2.0, which should be relatively soon. Some ships will at certain distances be able to relay like information like doors being opened, hacked or blown up to the pilot while he's away to his mobiGlas or helmet. Focused updates. 2.4 added persistence. And then 2.5 is going to contain that outlaw base. So hopefully 2 factions, 2 places spawning them. So we're going to have law-abiding citizens in Port Olisar, and then people that aren't so much in the pirate base. The other focus for them is going to be getting the Stanton system fully fleshed out with procedural planets. And that's scheduled for 2.7, which is going to be pretty exciting because that might not be too far away. And then cargo, mining, the economy, that's all going to be coming as mechanics. The Nyx landing zone. So the landing zone and environment for Nyx are now complete. And they are now in the process of integrating that into the star system and working on it with all the planetary tech and that sort of stuff. There is talk of it being in 2.7, but basically the plan is to have it all coming together by the end of the year. AI. So AI are going to have wants, needs, and a sense of self-preservation. There's going to be quite complex systems governing them, but they're all basically going to have their own little lives and things and niggles that they do. CryEngine and Star Citizen development. So the experience, knowledge, and dev skills that they've learnt with Star Citizen, modding that game engine, they're going to try to share with the industry in a variety of different ways. So nothing will be lost, and all that information will be gained to the industry. I don't like it when companies like this are isolationist with their engine, so I'm glad that they're doing this. Hangar and Universe module. So the Hangar module, along with the Mini PU and ArcCorp and all of that, will be combined at some point. The idea of Star Citizen is for all the modules to exist seamlessly in a single universe, and that is plodding along and becoming a reality. Vandal Harvesters, the big Vandal ships that harvest things from planets, they will appear in the verse in systems that are kind of under attack by Vandal or are under threat by them. The procedural tech gives them some exciting scenarios that is going to be for us to explore in the future. So, in Around the Verse, Season 2, Episode 37, or Episode 99, as it's otherwise known, we found out some little news nuggets that are quite interesting. Next week's ATV is obviously the 100th episode. It's going to be split into 3 major parts, and it's apparently going to be quite exciting. They're trying to step up the way they do content for subscribers, RTV, ATV, and that kind of show. So they're asking subs at the moment what they like best about RTV and ATV and all that sort of stuff. Next week as well, on the 29th, is the subscriber Reverse the Verse with the Austin DevOps team. Links in the description if you want to leave questions for them and that sort of stuff as well. News from Around the Verse, down in Los Angeles, they've been working on marine character updates, new clothing for 2.5, they've been improving memory performance with character displays and stuff, they've got swappable item ports for characters. That's what they've been working on. This is a major step forward for FPS and Star Citizen in general. This is kind of equipment, gadgets, attachment points, grenades, inventories, a much better FPS experience, and potentially will lead on to Star Marine. There is also a lot more work going into the Caterpillar, getting that ready. Down in Austin, the Pirate or Outlaw Station has been named Grimhex Station. Inventories will be set up for the shops on Grimhex. That's kind of currently happening. Energy weapons will be sold in Grimhex, and ballistic weapons, for example, will be sold in Port Olisar. They want players to travel and search between the 2 stations and get some conflict on the go with other players, but also make the verse more explorable, effectively. There are going to be various stores there, some of which will be selling pirate clothing with a more grungy feel. Down in Foundry 42 UK, the Idris. So we talk about the Idris here. There are changes and work being done to the internals and damage states. How is it going to blow up? How's that going to look to other people? In what sections can it get blown up? How are these sections going to operate if they still have power? That sort of thing. As well as how systems around the ship will be affected by various conditions and damage. Will people get sucked into space, or will sections of the ship be left without gravity, for example? In the Idris's landing bay, they have tested 3 ships, small ships landing at once, with the automated landing system, and also they're at the moment trying to get 1 medium ship to land at a time. Down in Foundry 42 DE, or Frankfurt as it's otherwise known, they've talked about trying to give us a more focused, in-depth update on a specific topic each week. So this week it's Nyx, or the Levski landing zone. So they've been working on adding landing areas for ships, as well as spawn rooms with beds, bathrooms, areas to call ships up on, and shops, all in that Levski landing zone. They are going into Stanton to test procedural planets, and they're going to learn how best to work with those planets and how that procedural technology works as well in the future. So the first iteration that we're going to see of Nyx will be on a procedure-generated planet in the Stanton system. That's not its final resting place. That's just to test, obviously, procedural planets, that new landing zone, and it will get moved when it is totally finished and when they're ready to move it. And we should see a lot more progress soon, TM. In this week's Around the Verse Behind the Scenes, we got to see a little bit more into the character pipeline and exactly how that works. The Lawmaker's Guide to the Galaxy was on the Retor system. This week's MVP was Rumoric for his subscriber flare showcase. Now, I'm a little bit jealous of this because it's actually pretty good and I didn't have the idea to make it. So link in the description for Rumoric's video there. It showcases various subscriber hanger flare that's been in the past and gives details and information about them. And this week's sneak peek was the Dragonfly in-game white box, which is quite surprising that it's there so quickly. I mean, obviously it needs a bit of work and it has no balance yet, but that's a cool sneak peek. You can check out the info runners about this ATV and RTV and all that sort of jazz, and links in the description below. Twerk does amazing work with those articles, injecting a little bit of his own opinion into an otherwise great news show. In Reverse the Verse this week, we found out a few little other tasters of news. It was half length this time, it was only half an hour long, but they did cram some bits and bobs into there as well. The new subscriber perks will be starting from the 1st of July. They want to start getting more subscribers, and they want to start making the subscribers they currently have a bit happier. So each month they're going to give subscribers a ship to fly, for example. July's ship will be the Sabre. Unmelt tokens as well will be attributed to all accounts on the 1st of July. You can only have a maximum of a single unmelt token on your account at once. Basically, if you don't use it, it just stays there, but you can never go overrun. They don't stack. So if you want to unmelt something using store credit, you want to do that now. You can always buy without store credit. You can just with real monies, but you can only buy once every 3 months with store credit on your buybacks. Links in the description to your buybacks to see what you've actually got in there. At Gamescom, they're going to be revealing a new concept ship. Intel are also sponsoring their booth there, so we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens there, but that should be pretty exciting for those of you that are going to Gamescom. I'm also trying to get to Gamescom now that I feel that I can travel, but more about that probably in another video where I beg for Patreon money. Star Map posters will ship shortly. They now have warehouses locally. Subscriber Reverse the Verse next week, as I said earlier, was with the Austin DevOps team. On Monday, there's going to be a special show with a similar format to 10 for the chairman, but it's going to be apparently a little bit different at the same time. Cray, I know. There are 2 new ships that they're working on that they're not allowed to talk about at the moment. The lore team are fleshing out the Banu race. This is the next step in getting the Banu Merchantman ready, so people should be hopefully excited for that. The next concept sale is a flight-ready ship. So we're not entirely sure what that is. It could be a lot of different things. It could be the updated Hornet, so the F7A rework. It could be the Argo, which is the utility ship that we've seen on the Idris. It could be a Vandal ship. It could be the F8 Lightning. It could be a lot of different things. We'll have to wait and see. But the fact it's flight ready and it's concept sale, that's pretty exciting. There is a free flight as well planned for after the 2.4.1 release. So if you haven't got Star Citizen or you want to get someone else into the game, wait until that. They get to try it for free. Hopefully it's not going to be buggy for them. And then if they enjoy it, make them get a game package, or just one of the $45 game packages, so they can jump into the game and get everything in the verse, so they don't have to spend real monies if they don't want to. If you want to read about any of these, then check out the Info Runners articles that Twerk has kindly put together, which I actually quite enjoy, and still lots of the information out of. Thanks, Twerk. Also, there's BritainCon on the 23rd of July. I'll put links to that in the description. It's a big Star Citizen conference and meetup in Manchester, UK, as I said, on the 23rd of July. Lots of people are going to be there. I'm going to be there. Brian Chambers is going to be there. Maya is going to be there. Lots of people, all the best people, lots of devs, panels, and alcohol. which is pretty cool. I'm really sorry about my microphone dying, guys. Thank you to my Patreons, especially for me being able to buy a new microphone. This microphone is literally on its last legs, and my new microphone will be here any day now. So apologies if your ears have been attacked by the general horribleness of this microphone now. Redacted.tv in general. So please check out the Redacted.tv website. There's quite a wealth of information on there. I don't really push it too much, and I probably should, a little bit at least. I expect a lot more from the YouTube guys and Redacted as well. Me, Twerk, Noobify, BoredGamer, Super Mac Brothers, among others, are going to start working really hard to bring it home with the videos, and we're going to start collaborating a bit more and meeting up more to discuss exactly what videos we want to cover and the best ways of doing that. So hopefully we're going to start improving our quality even more than we have over the last year. And thank you to all my viewers, again, especially to my Patreons who allowed me to replace my microphone whenever that arrives. This one, as I said, on its last legs. I've rambled really much in this news. That's not going to be a normal thing. I am super tired and feeling a million times better than I normally do, but really, really quite groggy. I am going to go and have a sleep. So you guys take care. Have a great weekend. Check out the Dragonfly sale because it's the last chance to get one in limited edition yellow. I do expect they'll be on sale again at some point, though, not the yellow ones. But you will be able to get pretty much everything in the verse without spending real money. All you need is a game package, so just remember that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the verse.